Today we're going to talk about the information cycle, what it means, why it matters, and why you should even care. So, you've been assigned a research project or you're just interested in investigating a topic. Where do you start? You'll probably want to find some information about it, and in order to do that, you'll need to answer a few questions. What kind of information exists on the topic? When was it created? Where can I find it? And how valuable is this information? Enter the information cycle. Understanding how information is created will help you answer most of these questions and will definitely get you started. The information cycle is the process over which coverage of noteworthy events evolves, from news to books and more. Understanding the information cycle can help you understand what type of coverage is available on a given topic, the depth of analysis that each resource will contain, the audience intended for each resource. In turn, this will help you evaluate the information you consume, both in your assignments and in life in general. It's basically a timeline of the information production. Let's take a deeper look at each step. When an event happens, the first place you'll see information will probably be social media. People can post photos, videos, and real-time commentary about what's happening. Social media will provide valuable information about the first-hand experiences of those who were impacted. Broadcast TV is also likely to be live and therefore available almost right away. This information is created by journalists. You might also get some real-time commentary from experts as well, but whatever information you get will likely just be factual information about what's happening with a little bit of commentary. There hasn't really been time for deep reflection or analysis yet, so it's likely that the information you find about the topic at this stage will change or evolve as we learn more about a topic and are able to create a more accurate contextual picture. So, social media, broadcast TV usually happen the day of an event and in the days following. Next up, we have news, and specifically newspapers. As journalists are made aware of the news, we're likely to see newspapers picking up the story. Though online newspapers more and more do written live stories, in general, we'll see recounting of the event throughout the week in print and online newspapers. Journalists are supposed to be checking their sources pretty thoroughly, so their content is likely to be more fact-checked than general social media posts. But still be wary. Some information may be wrong and corrected later on. Some newspapers are fake, and some articles report information out of context to fit their agenda. So, newspaper articles will start coming out the day after an event takes place and continue to be present in the weeks following. Next up, we have magazines and increasingly opinion pieces from independent writers or bloggers. Articles in popular magazines, think Time Magazine, The Economist, Vanity Fair, etc., are likely to be opinion long-form journalism, or analysis of news that anchors it in its socio-political context. These articles are written by journalists, professionals, researchers, or essay writers. Magazines do go through a pretty heavy fact-checking process, but keep in mind that a lot of opinion pieces tend to, have a strong agenda in favor of telling a story. This isn't bad. We're all telling stories with agendas, but it means that you should know this and keep it in mind when you're reading and using these articles. These generally will come out weeks after an event. They take time to create and go through a lot of editorial steps, but they have to be published in a timely way to be relevant. Next, we'll start seeing scholarly articles come out in academic journals. These go through a review process that we call peer review. They are generally written by scholars or experts in the field and require that other experts in the field review them before publication. That's what we call peer review. These reviews are generally done anonymously both ways. The articles are vetted for relevancy to the field, innovative content, methods, etc. Scholarly articles tend to be a lot more specific, as what we've seen so far, as their purpose is to push the scholarly conversation forward with new ideas. They also tend to be highly technical and require that its audience know how to read and interpret them. These articles take months to years to publish because they demand data collection and analysis in addition to the lengthy review process. Finally, books and government reports can take years to be published. Government reports tend to take a long time as they require data collection from many different areas, and the bureaucratic processes involved in creating such reports tends to be lengthy. Books allow for in-depth analysis of a topic, touching on many aspects. They are edited and usually revised many times before they are published. In terms of reliability, books can sometimes be a bit trickier. Of course, all books must go through a review process and an editing stage, but assessing a book's reliability will depend a lot on its genre. Is it an academic book? Is it a memoir? A long-form essay? Understanding its purpose will be crucial in understanding how reliable it is. So, books and government reports can take months to years, usually on the longer end of that spectrum. So, knowing about the information cycle can help you determine what information you need. A deeper level of analysis will be later in the cycle. What information already exists? If something happened 3 months ago, there may not be books written about it yet. And where you might go to find it. Do you need a newspaper, a magazine, or a scholarly database? And remember that a good research project might use each of these types of sources all at once or selectively, depending on the topic. Whatever you end up using, it is important that you take into account who wrote it, with what intentions, and for which audience. And if you still have questions and are not sure, just talk to your librarians. We are available by email, chat, and appointment. Happy researching!